Yo, 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 what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, the franchise player, Double B Bad Blood, joined by the mixologist himself, Mr. Chemical Julian, that dude in the chair, Shane F. and Husky. Welcome to the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast, Friday Night Fights. But tonight is a special Friday Night Fights, guys.
Special
edition. It's a special out. Very special tonight. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we normally just throw a whole bunch of shit against the wall and have a good time. But tonight, we're going to have a Hall of Fame time. What do you think
Hall of Fame time.
Hall of Fame time.
You forgot your part, Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to introduce to you WWE Hall of Famer, one half of the Sheep Herders, one half of the Bushwhackers. Ladies and gentlemen, Bushwhacker Luke. Luke, welcome.
Whoa, good day, mateys. It's great to be on the Roundtable Podcast. And to all your fans out there, g'day, mateys.
Man, Luke, it is awesome to have you on the show. This show is what makes legends, man. We love having legends on the show. We had Randy Hogan on the show. Now
Randy Hogan.
A legit Hall of Fame. Where's the ring, man? I got to see the ring.
The ring?
I got to see
the ring.
Your Hall of Fame ring.
The Hall of Fame ring, its hand is empty. Hang on a minute.
He's got to go get the ring.
He's going to go get the Hall of Fame ring, ladies and gentlemen.
First, he's got to lick the ring first, but good luck.
Hey, Shane, do you and Bushwhacker Luke have the same computer chair?
It looks like it.
Oh
shit.
Yeah, my racing chair.
Yeah? You got the same chair.
Like okay, guys.
Very comfortable.
Boom.
Yeah,
there it is.
Look at that. That's nice.
Put up close to the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a legit WWE Hall of Fame ring. Man, Julian, I know you got some questions for Bushwhacker Luke.
Yeah, hey, so Luke, you're muted.
You're muted. Got to unmute yourself.
Yep, you're muted. Click the mute button. Uh-oh.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, I just quoted that I'm in the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame too.
That's right. And the museum.
Man, you're doing everything, bro. You're doing everything.
Everything.
Julian,
so
break down the accolades.
Are you living these days?
I think he heard you.
Are you still down in Florida, or are you back in New Zealand?
No, I'm back. I live in Florida, man. I live in Clearwater Beach, Florida.
Okay.
My partner Butch, he's in New Zealand, but he's going to make it over for WrestleMania, for WrestleCon this year.
Oh, nice.
We were booked.
Oh, yeah, WrestleCon.
We were booked for a 30-day tour, and that we didn't know. His family didn't want him to spend 30 days. They said he'd come home in a coffin. It'd be too hard for him. So he's coming for a week, for the rest of from Thursday to Tuesday.
Now, I know that for a long time, or for a while, he was working with Kiwi Pro. Is he still part of Kiwi Pro? Is that promotion still going?
No. Now, Kiwi Pro was his nephews. Butch's uncle to Rip. You used to be our flag bearer.
Okay.
Rip Morgan.
Oh, okay. That's his nephew?
Rip Morgan was in WCW too with Jack Victory.
Yes, he was.
I forget what they were called, but they were in WCW in the early years, 1990.
Okay.
So here's a question that I have had on my mind for such a long time. My uncle showed me you two wrestling as the Kiwis and the Sheep Herders. And that was a long way, your wrestling style. It was a long way from the Bushwhackers. So how did you go from being the Sheep Herders to the family-friendly or kid-friendly version that we saw in the WWF?
That was easy. When we had the meeting with Vince, he said to us, I'd like to bring you in as baby faces. And of course, Butch said, how can you make these faces, baby faces. And Vince turned around and says, look at the mugs on my top baby faces. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake. He said, they're not the prettiest kisses in the world.
Well, there you go.
And that's so anyhow, we we went home and he said, I wanted you between the sheep herders and the Moondogs. He said, I want you to be part of, a bit of that and a bit of that. And, we got home and that, and Butch says to me, well, the sheep herders have been on Turner Network since 79 to 88, off and on, on TBS and TNT. And the Moondogs have been on USA Network for the last 5 or 6 years. Let's create something different. Now, when we were heels, when we were thrown out of the ring, we used to swing our arms up and, at the people and that to scare them. And that, whoa, and yay. We used to just throw our arms up, when we got out of the ring and make those noises. Well, we turned that around and Butch said to me, we're going to swing our arms up in a march. And I said to him, my shoulders are so fucked. And he said, he put his nose right up to mine. He says, you want to make money?
You want to make money, you got to do it.
Here comes, as Jesse Ventura says, here comes the marching morons.
Oh my God! Look, man.
That's what Jesse Ventura used to say in the 80s when him and Vince were doing the commentary.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this, Luke. The Royal Rumble. You drew a number. You came marching down to the ring. You got in the ring. You went all the way across the ring. You got out of the ring. Whose idea was that?
I think that was Pat Patterson's.
Ah, fucking shit.
Damn it,
Pat is the one who designed the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so funny, man. I was like, we were talking about that because we were talking about who had the shortest time in the Rumble.
4 seconds.
We were talking about what's his name? Baron Corbin.
I think the guy with the unibrow eyebrows from Canada. What's his name?
Santino.
I think he beat that. He beat the 4 seconds. Anyhow, Teddy Long saw me work in the ring about 2 months ago, and he says and when it was Royal Rumble time, he put a petition out, Bushwhacker Luke for the Royal Rumble, and it went viral. So we put a whole petition up for people to vote. Petition for everyone to petition for me to be in the Royal Rumble. I got about 5,000 people.
Shit.
5,000 or 6,000 people.
And Triple H didn't give you the call? What the hell?
Vince most probably, not Vince, but the office most probably thought we don't want a 65-year-old dying in the ring. 76-year-old dying in the ring.
But they let Ric Flair wrestle with a pacemaker. What the hell?
Damn it, you stole my line.
No, but that was Flair never worked. Flair never worked again. Them with a pacemaker.
I saw that shit, man.
That was crazy.
I told these guys we weren't going to be a party to that.
That was Flair's own promotion with Conrad. That's when he worked with the pacemaker.
I cannot believe Conrad let him do that shit, man. Like, that's wild.
I'm in the ring tomorrow. Hey, I'm in the ring about 20 hours from now, anyhow. So in Memphis, Tennessee.
Wait, who are you wrestling for in Memphis?
Memphis Wrestling. It's called Memphis Wrestling.
Oh wait, I've worked for those guys. The guy who runs it is a news guy. Him and his wife. God damn it.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember his name.
It's on the CW network.
I'm working for him on Saturday, and then on Sunday I'm in Baltimore working for another promotion.
Oh shit!
Well,
traveling all around.
You wrestled in Memphis before. That's where you wrestled. I think you wrestled for the Jarretts, right?
Yep, I wrestled against them. They just developed the Fabulous Ones with Jackie Fargo.
Fabulous
You
Ones,
know, Steve Curtis, Stan Lane. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's when Jarrett started first doing videos, you know, small videos of talent. And they built up the Fabulous Ones, and they were real womanizers. And we worked with them around the territory for about 8 months.
I remember a lot of those matches. I also remember you being part of the Sheep Herders with Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Ooh.
And you guys were violent as shit.
Yeah,
Well, those matches,
Very
those
violent.
matches in Tennessee, they were bloody, but they were bloodbaths all the time. But the worst was when Bill Watts built a barbed wire cage for UWF or Mid-South.
Oh,
He
wow.
built a barbed wire cage, and then we did about 30 cage matches in the barbed wire cage matches.
30. Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot of cage matches.
That is
I did a lot.
Was that like all in a month that happened?
How did you? What's that, sir?
Was that like all in a month that happened? All 30 cage
That
matches?
happened about 30 matches. Happened in about a month and a half.
Jesus Christ!
2 months.
My God.
2 months.
Now, were any of those matches with the Road Warriors?
No. Now let me tell you a little story. I'm the booker for the booker for Joe Blanchard. This is in 1983. The Road Warriors have been in the business about a year, and they've been crushing everybody on WTBS, Ted Turner's network.
Yep.
You know, in the studios in Atlanta for Atlanta was Jim Barnett or someone else was running it. Oldie Anderson was a booker there anyhow for them, and they were crushing everyone on television. You know, the cable station. Sorry, the satellite station. Anyhow, we did a number in Texas. Joe Blanchard was the promoter in that, and he had a bad hip. He'd already had one hip replacement, but he was still dragging the other side. So I did an angle he came in to ban us from doing something or other, and I grabbed him and knocked him out and used a coal miner glove and sent him to hospital anyhow. So he started bringing all different teams in to beat us. And I was the booker. I was booking them, story-wise. I'm just telling you the story. Anyhow, we brought the Road Warriors in, and we're in Waco, Texas. Paul Ellering comes around to us. He says, by the way, you will be the heels. And we just nodded our head. I told him we were the heels. And he said, once the people see us walk out, like we've been on nationwide television for so long, they'll accept us as the heels. Well, when they came out, the people cheered them. We got into the match. Their matches had only been 3 minutes, 4 minutes all the time on the TV. You know what I mean? Now they're in the main event, and we're going to at least do 12, at least 15 or 12. Anyhow, 4 minutes into the match, they're not used to guys. We'd let them beat us up and we'd sell, but we'd come in like two pit bulls. 4 minutes into the match, Hawk goes over to the ropes and leans over the ropes and pukes into the crowd. A kid in the front row, and we got this on television, said, "Look, Daddy, just like Kabuki, but this has got lumps in it."
Oh man!
Kabuki blew out the greeny yellow mist. Hawks was greeny yellow, but it had chunks in it.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah, that was it. Anyhow, they settled down, and we had good matches with them. But they never had someone fight back before.
Man, you're the second person that told us that. I think Randy Hogan also told us that the Road Warriors were like, yeah, shit, these guys fight back.
Who's Randy Hogan?
You don't know The legendary Randy Hogan?
No.
Oh,
Randy
shit.
Hogan. Oh man,
He
Yeah.
was the greatest enhancement talent ever.
The greatest enhancement talent.
Enhancement talent.
Where did he work? Where did he work?
Everywhere. You
Everywhere.
probably worked him.
Yeah.
and he's
Stop
just
it.
probably,
You
I
guys probably
never
beat him
heard
up.
of him.
We need to find a Bushwhackers match.
Boy, there's hundreds of Bushwhacker matches on the internet. But hey, Randy Hogan, honest to God, where did he work?
Let's see. He worked in WCW. He worked all
Yeah.
over the NWA.
Worked Mid-Atlantic, worked Georgia Wrestling.
Mhm.
Yeah, he worked the whole Southern Territories.
had a match with Vader.
Oh, yeah, he got beat up by
Legendary
Vader. He
match.
got beat up by the
Yep.
Road Warriors. Yeah, because he wrestled in NWA. He got beat up by a whole bunch of people.
What year was he wrestling NWA?
Shit, Julian, you got all that. Julian
Early
was a
70s?
historian. Early 70s.
Yeah, early 70s.
Oh yeah, see, I came over here in '72, and in the '70s I worked Canada. I worked from
Oh,
the,
yeah,
from the
up
East
in,
Coast to the West Coast.
You were
that's
you were up there in the dungeon with Stu Hart.
Yeah, well, that was my second territory. My first territory was with the Vachons, Morrison Mad Dogs, the Vachons.
Yeah.
They're the guys that bought me and Butch over to Canada.
You ever work with gorgeous Michelle Starr?
Michelle Starr, yes. Later down the road, yeah. But Michelle was in the '90s.
One of my very first
I'm talking
matches
the
was with him.
'70s at the moment.
One of my very first matches was with him, and he fucking kissed me, full on kissed me in the mouth.
Wow.
I was like,
Out.
I started freaking out, like, what the fuck, right? So I'm just gonna break a little kayfabe here for you guys. For years, I mean, I was like 17 or 18 or something like that, and he fucking full on French kissed me in the mouth in the middle of a match. Blew my fucking mind, dude. 10 years later, he books me to work for All Star Wrestling in Canada.
Yeah.
And we go there, me and my little brother. We go there as a tag team, and I fucking get off the plane, and Michelle Starr picks us up at the airport, and he plays the role perfectly. The guys were like, "Hey, Michelle," he's like, "Hey, girls," like he was fucking playing the role. We get to his house. These two stunningly beautiful women walk out of the room, and they're like, "Oh, hi, you guys are here to stay with us?" I look at my brother. I'm like, "Dude, they're fucking hot." Like, wow, this must be like a Three's Company thing. You know? I was like, dude, she's hot. She's way hot. She's a little older, but she's hot too, right? And my brother goes, I don't know.
I love you.
Yeah, you're still there. Your video's gone.
Yeah, hang on.
He goes, I don't know if he's gay or not, but these women are fucking hot. The women turn out to be Michelle Starr's wife and his daughter. Dude, I thought for 20 years, I thought Michelle Starr was gay.
Wow.
Totally played the character.
Wow.
Went into the little small town that he lived in, went to the grocery store, went to the restaurant, went to the hardware store, and gimmick, bro. This was like adorable Adrian Adonis, like exotic Adrian Street, just and gimmick, bro. And gimmick. Totally flipped my mind.
I worked for Michelle Starr quite a bit, going way back. That's going way back.
Yeah. Michelle Starr's a great guy. I fucking love that guy to death. I told him before I physically retired, they say this year, I have to work him one more time. And he retired like 2 years ago, which kind of sucks, but I will get his ass out of that. Yeah, he retired 2 years ago. He retired right before the pandemic, which was almost 3 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Luke, I'm sure you've got a lot of good stories, and I'm pretty sure you're going to put them in a book.
Yeah, let's talk
we've
about
already
that
got
book.
a book out at the moment. We've got our book came out in November. It's doing well. It's on Amazon. It's in Barnes and Nobles. It's called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and it's 365 pages. There it is. There, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
That's a nice cover.
And that's what I'm telling you now. This book has got a lot of Oregon stories in it. It's got a lot of Stu Hart stories in it. It's got stories. It starts with us when we were going up in Asia in the 60s and that, and Malaya and Asia. Now it's called Malaysia, but it was called Asia and Malaya then. And during the war for independence, that was 69, 70. We used to drive up from Penang up to from Kuala Lumpur up to Penang and up to Bangkok while the war was going on. There was a curfew at 5 o'clock and not supposed to be any traffic on the road. And we used to drive up then and you could hear them in the jungle. Da, 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 da. The guns and that. Elephants working the side of the road, rolling up the sugar cane. The bullocks were digging up the ground. They never had any machinery. It was all animals doing the work on the roads, on the side of the road.
Wow.
This was true third world life.
Crazy.
Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy this book, if you want to buy some of the T-shirts, figurines, you want to get photos, you can always go here, and that's www.bushwhackerluke.net. That is www.bushwhackerluke.net. Go hook up right now.
The book is blood, sweat is when we were the bad guys, and the cheers is when we were in WWF.
Man, you have a lot of stuff on here too. You got like a bio page. You go live. You got some blogs that you do. You got a thing talking about your live appearances, where you're going to be at. I like your website. I like the merchandise on there. It's freaking awesome.
This weekend, Saturday I'm at Memphis Wrestling for an afternoon show, and then Sunday I'm at a big convention in Baltimore. I forget the name of it and that. It's a signing, but there's a load of talent there.
It's going to be awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, www.bushwhackerluke.net. That is
it's on my Instagram. I have all the stuff. You go to Bushwhacker Luke, Facebook or Instagram, Twitter. It's the world. It's a circle of the world with my head in the middle. It's called the Bushwhacker brand, and that's my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you'll get to know where I'm going to be.
Go out and buy a shirt, ladies and gentlemen. Go get an autograph signing, do something, because this guy has given his blood, sweat, and cheers for you over the decades.
Yeah, and you got to get the book. The book, that's just the start of the book. Butcher Me Be High on Thai Stick. Thai Stick was really, really strong marijuana from Thailand. You could squeeze the buds. We'd be high as hell driving up to all those places in Malaysia. That was in the 60s.
Man.
And the book's got parts where we're now I'll take you to the well past 60s to the 80s. I missed out in the 70s because in the 80s, we're in the early 80s. I'm in Panama, Venezuela, and Colombia, and I was in a coke house.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I need to hear this story now.
We tell everything in this book. It's sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Oh my God.
Book has got everything in it.
Okay,
You got to read. It's a great read, and everyone that's read it's told me it's one of the best wrestling books they've read. There's not much in-ring stuff in it, and of course there's Oregon in-ring stuff where a bit of crazy stuff where the promoter's wife comes into the ring while we're wrestling Roddy Piper and Rick Martel, and we've got one of them handcuffed to the corner, and all the fans are throwing drink and bottles and cups of water in the ring. She promoter's second wife. She comes out with a bucket and a mop and comes into the ring while the match is going on, mopping the ring and screaming at the people. These are good guys. Stop blah 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 at them. we're the heels trying to get it up, so we draw a house the following week because those times you did 4 or 5 days of the week. You did that town every week. You know what I mean? And you did 2 spot shows. And this was one of the towns we went every week, and they were both drunk. That's Don Owens. That's Don Owens' brother, Eldon Owens, the guy that shot himself in the balls.
This is the dirty side of the Northwest, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all in the book. All the crazy shit, what happened in Oregon is in the book there.
Oh shit!
Hey, Luke,
I'm in Oregon too, so trust me, I know what you're talking about. Roddy Piper has told me some of those stories, man.
Who did you train with?
Hey, we had a hell of a feud with Roddy Piper and Rick Martel, but right before Roddy died, because he lived in Oregon and he was close to Don Owens. He said that we had 22 consecutive sellouts in Portland.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm from
That
Portland
angle,
right now, so I
the
know
angle
exactly
was there was hot.
Hey, Luke, quick question. Who did you and Butch train with to become professional wrestlers?
Train was I didn't even know there was a thing called professional wrestling. I didn't even know anything of that. My next door neighbor was a bodybuilder, and he went in Mr. New Zealand. And he got second, and the judge, who was a former Mr. New Zealand, said to him, "You want to make some money with that body?" And he said, "How?" And he said, "We'll come into this gym on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I'll show you." The gym was about 8 miles from where we lived. He started going in there. That judge was the wrestling promoter in New Zealand, believe it or not. And we lived in the capital city. So he started going in there, and about 5 months later, he started taking me in there. Now, this gym was like the gym in the first Rocky movies. 2 rings, about 8 inches off the floor, boxing rings, 4 ropes, 20 feet apart. And, I would roll around. I was 170 wet, 170 pound wet.
Wow.
I would roll around on the mat with him. My neighbor would, some junior heavyweights there, 180, 200 pounds. And I'd roll around on the mat with them and that. Anyhow, I went to my first wrestling match. We never had any television. We just had radio, and that television didn't come to 1968. I'm talking 61 now. So I go to my first wrestling match and watch it in the Wellington Town Hall and that's how I saw it. There's no magazines, nothing. I didn't even know about professional wrestling before this. Anyhow, the second one was about 3 months later. He took me. He said, "Do you want to come to the show?" It was Palmerston North. It was about 100 miles away from the capital city. I said, "Yes, I'll come with you." And so I went up there with him in his car. And I'm sitting out in the back before the matches start. And one of the guys going to arrive, the earlier guys. And next minute they asked me what size boots I wear. And all of a sudden I had a pair of boots thrown over to me. And I had a tank top thrown over me. And I had my jeans on, and that was it. I put a tank top on, put the boots on, and I was in the ring. Now, don't ask me what happened in that match, but that was my first match. That was in 1962.
Damn.
Wow.
Now, Bush didn't start till 66. Excuse me. Butch played rugby. That's All Blacks are the main rugby team in the world. He played rugby right up to, and then Butch had a gym in his home. And he used to go to the YMCA. Not that he was gay. YMCA. Anyhow, he training at home and then on the weights and then he trained the YMCA. Anyhow, he started for an independent promotion. It was a backyard sort of promotion in New Zealand. It did a few small towns. The guy who owned it didn't even know how to wrestle himself, and he taught Butch. Anyhow, Butch had a good size. He won Mr. Chest in the YMCA, Mr. Chest contest, and the YMCA. So Al Hodman, of course, the same guy that got my neighbor, called him up. He says, "Come over to our gym," and then he started training on the mat with our guys and me and all that. And 66, that was 65, 66, we were the tag team. We became a tag team. 65, I wrestled against him when we first started a few shows around the country. In 66, we're a tag team, and that was the start of us, the Kiwis. Well, we're not at home. We were just called Brutal Bob Miller and Gorgeous Teddy Williams. Jim Barnett opened WCW in Australia in 65, 66, and I went over there to work for him, and that's when he changed my name to Sweet William.
Nice.
I was doing the Gorgeous George gimmick, that sort of gimmick. And I was still doing it with Butch. We were like the Beauty and the Beast. I'd have a long gown on. I had long curly hair, and I used to have curlers in my hair, and the Valley took them out. All that bullshit, just like the Gorgeous George, And even with Butch, and we worked the Beauty and the Beast. I actually had the long gown on, hair curl and that, and I'd lead him around on a fucking collar and chain. When we did Singapore and Bangkok and all those places in the late 60s. Wow. It was the Brutal Bob and Sweet William. He was changed to Brute Miller then. That was Brute Miller. So that was the start of the Kiwis going out of the country together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jim Barnett, he's the one that owned WCW, and he had WCW in Australia from 65 to 72. Now at that time, the Vietnam War was going on, and all those kids, because we stayed in the King's Cross in Sydney, Australia, when I worked over there, and King's Cross was the late night section in Australia and Sydney. And that's where all the action was. All the strip clubs, all the nightclubs, bars, and the drugs, and the fucking hookers and everything. And of course, all those kids coming from fucking Vietnam with $1,000 in the pocket, while the average Aussie made about $60 a week. These kids would come over there for a week with $1,000 and go wild, for all the guys from, the guys were in Vietnam. They sent kids over there. This country did. They were 18 upwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was sad. That was a sad war. But that's how Jim Barnett started in Australia. He had great guys. Mark Lewin was the booker. King Curtis, Killer Kowalski. The names were incredible. We had all the top names. Jim Barnett. Well, I don't know whether you know about Jim Barnett, but he owned Coast to Coast in the 50s and 60s. He owned Coast to Coast Wrestling here from Chicago right over to the West Coast of Frisco. His partners were all the promoters, and then he became good friends with Ted Turner. That's how he got Ted to put the wrestling up on the satellite in 1975. That's when the wrestling became the big name with Tommy Rich and all that stuff on the satellite. Yeah. See, the satellite US TBS, well, it was WTBS then. The TBS and that wasn't big in all the cable packages up north, like your way and across New York and Baltimore. It came up to Baltimore. That was more or less where all the packages went across the line there. It wasn't until in mid '80s that TBS was on all the cable packages.
Those are some wild times for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of wild times in that bloody Portland, Oregon. A lot of wild times in Calgary. And Calgary was too hard. They're the biggest. That was the biggest rib place I've been in. where low ribs were played all the time on guys. Heavy, and I'm talking about heavy ribs. But they're all in my book.
Well,
and
what we're gonna
ladies and
do,
gentlemen, you can find that book at www.bushwhackerluke.net. Along with some t-shirts and some other merch and some videos and all kind of wild stuff.
And you can email me at bushwhackerbrand@gmail.com. bushwhackerbrand@gmail.com and ask for a book and I'll sign one. And of course, you send me your address and I'll tell you how to pay for it. I'll send you a signed copy.
That's
All
awesome.
right.
And Luke, we know you got a flight. We know you got an early flight, so we're gonna let you get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
I gotta get out of here, guys. I gotta get up. I got 3 hours sleep now. No
shit.
I got the alarm set. I got the alarm set for 3 o'clock, so I've got 3.5 hours sleep.
Better go get some sleep then, sir.
Okay, guys, it's been great being on your show, Roundtable, and I've got to come on another time, not on a Friday night, another night.
For sure. We'll be glad to have you back.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you call me, get TJ to call me back, or whoever it is to call me back, and we'll set up a night, and then we'll get into some stories.
Sweet.
All
some
right.
real good stories.
And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with more of the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Drive me insane! I'll be cruised on lanes, I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! I'll be cruised on lanes, I've been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! I'll be
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we are back. We are back, man. What an exciting start to the podcast, huh?
Yeah, here's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah!
And everything.
Oh man, he didn't say nothing about the ice cream bar.
This was an interview or a ransom note. Lots of stories. Yeah. Mostly of sex and drugs. In the
I don't know if I want to hear about those.
No.
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued, to be honest with you.
I'm sure the sex and the drugs go hand in hand.
Oh, I mean, shit. So, guys, let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about that fear heard around the world.
You know what? I should have brought my milk carton with me, the one that got Jey Uso on the back. This thing
yeah, it did. He looked like he was reading from directly out of his book and everything.
Hey, man, go buy that book, Sinner. You know you want it. I think Sinner should go buy the book. You know, Sinner, here. I'm going to go ahead and put the link up for you, Sinner. There you go, right there. www.bushwhackerluke.net. This is www.bushwhackerluke.net. Go get that book, Sinner. Read it for us, and then come on the show and tell us how it was.
Yeah, and I was right. You can get that Barnes & Noble. I was guessing on that.
Yes.
Yeah. Barnes and Nobles.
Brick and mortar.
So yeah, let's talk about this. Talk about SmackDown. Let's talk about SmackDown tonight, man.
All right, so let's go ahead and whittle this down. So we had 2 tag team tournament matches. We had Imperium versus
Only one.
Ricochet and Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
I forgot one of the
Braun
names who came up for the team.
I was
Big Country Sky or whatever.
Big Country Sky.
We don't know what the
Fast and the Furious. I don't know. Probably don't get sued on that.
They probably would.
Yeah.
And then we had the Viking Raiders versus the Battling Brutes, the Brawling Brutes.
Okay, so
that
the Viking Raiders are savage as fuck. Like,
yeah.
I'm liking the way they came out and beat up the Banger Bros.
Banger.
Yeah, they weren't having no bang after bang after bang after they got banged up.
Banger.
The Bang Brothers.
Some of these, okay, we
Yeah,
had
they got sent back on the Bang Bus.
Oh man, they had 2 tag team tournament matches. Well, they also had 2 triple threat matches to determine the winner will go into the elimination chamber.
It's gonna be a triple threat match, player.
Man, my girl Natty came back and was like, "Tap out, bitch."
Oh my god.
hey, it was either Natty or motherfucking what's her name? What's your favorite chick's name? The Marine.
Shotzi?
The Marine. Lacey Evans, yeah.
Oh,
real Shotzi? Fake Shotzi.
Oh, you mean the fake Shotzi that was
Which
with
Shotzi
MJF?
you gonna get? So so it's gonna be in Canada. So Natty.
Shut up, Sunday.
We're gonna have Natty go there. Natty's gonna continue her losing streak. Having the most losses.
Oh,
that's only if we get fucking Naomi coming back.
Bring it to the floor.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Naomi
which would be hilarious if Naomi came back just to pin Natty.
Like for now, Natalia's safe. So because she's winning matches right now, so she's safe.
Until Naomi comes back.
Until Naomi comes out.
And then,
let's talk about how Roman looked so depressed when he got to the arena today.
He misses his cousin, man.
I was worried. I was worried. I was like trying to text him the suicide hotline, like, dude.
Hey, man, I want y'all to know something. It's the little things that count. When Roman said, "So I'm gonna ask you again, where's your brother?" And you may have thought that Jimmy was gonna fold and punk out, or Solo was gonna be like, "Oh man," Solo just sat there looking ahead. But Jimmy said, and like I said before, I ain't talked to him.
Right.
Like he had a little
the
attitude.
tribal chief is getting a little pushback.
Yeah.
And he
most manipulative motherfucker on the show right now, Roman Reigns.
Jimmy was like, "Sam, I don't know where he at."
I don't know where he at.
Man, look, I was shocked as hell when Sammy came in and attacked his ass and hit him.
Right, me too.
I was like, whoa.
Sammy doing the spear on Roman. I marked out. Shit. That was good storytelling.
That is some good fucking storytelling.
Good storytelling.
You want to talk about things escalating quickly. Sammy's like, fuck you.
Imagine if Sami Zayn wins.
Then Sammy called him out. Sammy was like, "I'm coming after what you care about most."
He didn't win it
WWE Universal Championship.
But now he does. He was that undisputed Universal Champion.
So, but here's the thing now. Now, since we're starting with this, here's something that has kind of plagued me over the last week, over the last couple of days.
I think I know where you're coming from with this.
Poor Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes back, does all this shit, wins the fucking Rumble, just to be told, "Yeah, homie, you still gotta wait. You Sunday's main event." Like, dude, what's wrong? Can Cody ever get some love?
Hey,
no.
You know what? Maybe that wouldn't happen if he'd stay healthy.
Yeah, true. True.
You get hurt, you get out the ring.
That's what happens
on the shelf
when you go to the gym.
While he was on the shelf, literally, the bloodline storyline just snowballed.
Like
and he was probably sitting at home like,
man, I wish this was me.
that could have been me.
That could have been
I
me.
need to do it for the Rock.
He was like, damn.
He was like,
Damn.
Rock.
No, you know what? He was pulling a Dolph Ziggler at his house. Be like, man, this should have been me right here.
CM Punk called him, was like, see, that's why I didn't want to come off the road. That's why I wrestled that big purple lump on my back, because I didn't want to lose my spot. Click.
Right?
Hey, man.
He's like Kevin Nash. I'm not giving you any spot, not a dog in spot.
I'm not
Not
giving-
spot, but my spot.
So I mean, Triple H is like, we'll
Well,
keep
you
this
know,
story going, you try to come back and win the title your dad never had. Okay, well, we'll still do that. But just be aware there's this whole
Facts.
bloodline thing going on right now. We got to kind of wrap that up.
Facts.
This is facts. Big facts.
And it was
Yeah.
grown. It was organically grown by who? Sami Zayn.
The people, bro. The people
Yeah.
love Sammy. Dude, did you see how that building fucking blew up when Sammy
Dude,
came out?
when
I
Sammy
was like, what the
came
fuck's
on,
going on?
everyone. It was like when The Rock came back to WWE after 7 long years. Like, come on.
I
now.
was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm gonna tell you, this right here is in fucking Daniel Bryan bucking the system
Yeah.
in Seattle, WrestleMania shit. That's what that was tonight. Organically built.
And he's going to be in Montreal for
Mhm.
Elimination Chamber, and his people are going to be there for him.
Yeah. He's going to get brutally murdered and the match is never going to start.
Now,
Yeah.
what if
What if?
What
he
if?
beats Roman by disqualification
Oh.
and is like, I want a rematch. He gets that rematch at WrestleMania. Does he go night 1 for the WWE Universal Championship?
Oh, yeah. Night one.
So here's the thing. So Cody, when he won the Rumble, he said he wanted the Undisputed Championship. Sammy has said the same thing. So now someone has to come out and go, okay, tell you what, you're going to wrestle for the Heavyweight Championship. You're going to wrestle for the Universal Championship.
I've been booking this for the longest fucking time.
Adam Pearce, where you at?
That might be a Triple H decision. There might be a little bit
I've
of
been
Adam
booking
Pearce's
this
pay
shit.
grade.
You know what? That might be a Teddy
For the
Long.
longest
Teddy
time.
Long need to come out and be like, listen here, player.
Listen here, player.
You Universal Championship player, night 2. You WWE Championship, night 1. Against the Undertaker.
The Undertaker.
Taker walks out. Me too,
I
Daddy.
am American Badass. Ugh.
Man. Oh, hey, where is this tag team match supposed to take place?
What tag team match?
So we're gonna have the Viking Raiders versus Braun and Ricochet.
Okay.
And then the winner of those two is gonna wrestle the Usos. So that's gonna happen when?
Braun
That
and
was supposed to happen
Ricochet.
next week.
Okay. You gotta get,
No, because those two tag teams have to wrestle next week.
No, why are they announcing the tag team title match next week? Because even Roman said, "Is your brother going to be here next week?" And he was like, "He ain't gonna let me down, Oos."
Well, they can't do it in Montreal because Jay got travel issues.
And Jay got
Okay.
restrictions.
I got bad news for both of y'all. It's already gonna be Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Usos for the tag titles next week, because that other match with the Viking Raiders and the Brawling Brutes was just a regular tag match.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I was trying to say something, but I couldn't get a word out.
Because they took out the Banger Bros. That's right.
Yeah, they take out the Banger Bros, which is no longer the Banger Bros because of adult activity.
Yo, man, I'm just saying, we're trying to make Bros a show.
Well, they don't want to show them driving together in the Banger Bros bus.
Oh man,
Solo, let's have a Solo and Jimmy to defend the belts.
Oh, Freebird.
Ooh.
Freebird, yeah. I wouldn't mind that. Solo and Jimmy.
I mean, the Bloodline are the tag champions, so.
And then say which.
No, the Usos are the tag team champions.
Oh yeah, because that's right. Because Sammy Uso was an Uso. Hey, that's what he
He
said.
was.
He said Adam
Yeah,
Pearce.
you're right.
He said Jimmy Uso out. Well, I'm Sammy Uso, so Uso's defend the belt. And Adam Pearce was like, "Fuck it."
Oh shit! It was Sammy Uso for that one.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You see his shirt? You
That's
see his
true.
shirt?
Solo is an Uso.
No,
Solo is an Uso.
Sikoa. He isn't an Uso.
So they can't find Jay. Adam Pearce makes Jimmy
Handicap
defend the
match.
titles, and Sammy goes, well, I was his partner last week, so I'm still an Uso. Sammy goes in there and does some finger poke of doom shit.
Sammy can't though, because Sammy's shirt says Sami Zayn on it now. It don't say
Yeah.
Sammy Uso no more.
He
By
ain't
the way, if you're following him on Instagram, I highly suggest you follow Sami Zayn on Instagram.
you should. You
His
should.
Instagram is funny as shit. He was like, he posted, I felt like Eminem cleaning out my closet. there's a whole bunch of fucking pictures of the bloodline in the trash can.
In the trash
I
can.
saw that. That was funny, and I felt hurt a little bit because I'm gonna miss that.
I know.
Yeah,
Shane started to cry a little bit.
I was crying
Shane.
a
I
little
was
bit
like,
tonight.
it's okay, bro.
I was crying to be happy today because Sammy beat the shit out of the fucking Roman Reigns.
He did. He beat Roman like Roman fucking had some money for him or something.
Fuck.
He was like, Roman, where that money at?
Hey,
Sunday Center.
Naomi returns in defense and says she's Uso by me. Hey, I've seen some crazier shit happen in WWE.
Oh man. Oh, love him.
And who she pinned? Natalia.
yeah, just like at SoFi Stadium doesn't have a dome on it, so at some dome show we got to have Dom and Rey Mysterio racing cars.
Oh,
and then like Ray, and
That shit was funny.
And then Ray has to bump Dom's car. Dom has to fly over the edge, and then later on that night, Dom just comes strolling in like, "Hey, homie, take more than a car accident to take out an ex-con like me."
I was hoping we weren't going to talk about that segment.
No, it was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. Come on now.
I was like, what the fuck are we seeing here?
I think Ray has finally been listening to me and is tired of me calling him a fucking pussy. Because Ray actually stood up for herself against his son.
You can't be doing that on Twitter, bro. You can't be fucking going ham on people on Twitter, bro. People are going to act, they will come for you. They will come for you.
When you
Shane,
add
you're gonna hear a knock at the door, and it's gonna be ex-con and mommy, and they be like, "Hey, man, you disrespecting my old man? Ain't nobody disrespect my man except me."
Shank you, bro.
To be fair, I haven't called Rey Mysterio a pussy for the longest of time.
You know what's funny though? Dominic walks up to him after the race is over and threw the helmet at him. He goes, "That wouldn't have happened if mommy was here."
Yo, why did Finn Balor steal Jack Swagger's hat?
Right.
Oh man.
Hey, why is Damian Priest got them braids like Tiffany Stratton?
Dude, I thought you were gonna say like Awesome Kong.
Wow, I ain't gonna dog him Kia like that. I love her.
The funniest line that I thought Dom said during that skit was like, "Man, I woke up this morning and it's like excellent."
Yeah, he was like, "I woke up feeling excited, feeling good, just excellence." I was like, "What?"
That's something I would say. No joke.
What the hell, Dom? He woke up and he pissed excellence. Oh
Piss
my
of
god!
Piss excellence.
The piss of excellence. Oh.
Hey, I gotta admit that gimmick is fucking.
It's fun.
I'm starting to like little ex-con Dom.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping he would have won the Royal Rumble.
Why did Ray say you're driving this as fake as your teardrop tattoo?
Yeah. And the Ray was like, "We need to beat your ass."
Hey, so at Elimination Chamber, it is Sammy and Roman for the title.
Him saying he got tips from the driver. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, so the main event at Elimination Chamber is going to be Roman Reigns versus Sammy for the championship.
I'm excited. This is going to be great storytelling.
It is going to be good.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be probably.
Everyone just wants to see the main event and not the rest of the show. Just like, fuck it, we just want to see Roman versus Sammy.
Yeah, because the rest of the show is probably going to be some bullshit.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, the women's chamber match is already looking like bullshit. I mean, what?
What?
I mean, I know that the winner gets a shot at the
Bianca Belair at WrestleMania.
But every other Elimination Chamber match has been for the title.
Not last year or the year before.
Really?
Yeah. Shayna Baszler won the number one contendership for
Well, that's right.
last
She
year.
fucking went through she came into the chamber
She
and beat
fucking
everybody.
washed everybody.
Montreal may riot if somebody doesn't walk out with the title.
Oh shit.
But it'd be a Canadian. Hey, man. I've been known as a pretty violent wrestler.
Yeah.
I've been known as someone that will slap somebody with a dildo and choke them with it. I've been known as a man who would do anything to win a match. I am also Canadian.
He also made kids cry.
Yeah, I make kids cry too.
And he makes kids cry.
And I beat the pastors.
I beat the pastors.
I got no problems with it.
Oh, he dominated.
I quote scripture when I'm kicking their ass too. Yep, I ain't problem.
He was in the curve stop an old lady, you know?
Let's not talk about that deal though. Shane is mad because he doesn't have the bag, so
I think he got rid of it. Some bitch.
It was a big bag too.
That was a
It was
bit.
like
How
20
can
of-
you? How,
It was
how
like
can
20 of them
you?
in there, Shane. It was bad.
I would have sanitized them. God damn it!
So Natalia wins the women's match. She advances to the
So
chamber.
we've got room for one more in that match.
One more. It's gonna be Piper Niven.
Who do you think?
Piper Niven.
Piper Niven is a good choice. Just as
Especially after her knee.
body slammer.
Yeah.
But Mela is money.
Mela is money.
I miss Carmella.
And Carmella versus Bianca Belair would just be a rematch from SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So tonight's WWE Eternal Live Events report basically said that this was a complete sellout for SmackDown, and I believe they're in Greenville. It is one of the highest grossing events in the market company history.
Wow,
this has been happening a lot for SmackDown.
Because of who? Because of Sammy.
Hey, real shit though. The bloodline is
we
selling
treat
out.
Sammy like a Donna on this podcast.
Dude, everybody's talking about the bloodline. I mean,
yeah.
Come on. You know what's funny though? 6 months ago, everybody was shitting on WWE.
Yeah.
No, not 6 months ago.
Wow.
8 months ago.
It was 8 months ago before Vince left. Okay.
So, we did a big wait and see with Triple H. And I got to say,
it's been better. It's definitely been better.
It's been better. I mean, I'm not going to hinge the entire company's success on one storyline.
No.
I mean, it is a big storyline, but then you have Cody coming back. They're doing some stuff with the women's. They're trying to elevate NXT by having New Day down there, but
which is good.
They're getting the tag team scene going again, so I really can't complain.
Tony the Burn.
Tony Burns was at the Portland Wrestling Exhibit tonight.
Oh.
And they had a lot of cool shit. He's sending me pictures of the coolest shit there. Sorry, I'm looking at Mandy Rose live video.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was actually. Starting with the WWE. Anyway, so NXT's New Year was Halloween. I mean,
NXT Vengeance Day. Chase you for the
Vengeance Day.
Yeah,
it looks actually looks like it's gonna be a pretty good show. We were all wondering what they were gonna do once Mandy Rose was gone with Toxic Attraction. Split them up, put them in a triple threat match. I just noticed something. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, both are KCs, aka the TikTok tag team.
Okay.
Yeah, they're defending the tag team titles.
Going
back to this SmackDown. This SmackDown was pretty uneventful in my opinion. Almost as uneventful as Rampage, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Rampage wasn't really that good.
I mean, we saw Tony Storm and Saraya destroy
the whole NWO gimmick.
Yeah, they destroyed the Renegade Twins. We had a trios match for the 6-man tag team titles. The Elite.
That was good.
That was actually a pretty good match.
That was a good match.
We had Christopher Daniels versus Roosh, 2 former Ring of Honor World Champions.
Christopher Daniels came out to his original theme song, which I was pretty glad about.
Shout out to Chris Daniels. That was a pretty good match also, but nothing really worthwhile to me.
What? Wait a minute. You skipped a match.
Did we?
It was Swerve Strickland and the Mogul Affiliates
Oh, we were.
versus Brian Pillman Jr.
Is this a fucking Harry
That was
Potter?
the worst match ever. That match was so goddamn
How could you-
choreographed.
How could
Oh
you
my
skip
God.
over that match?
It was because it
Hit Row 2.0.
It was horrible. That's why I deleted it from my mind until you brought it back up. But the fact that
Hey,
they
you know
were
what?
doing moves so slow that I fell asleep and woke up again, fell asleep again, and woke up and the match was still going on. It was that you ever see that movie The Day After Tomorrow?
Yes.
So
That
good,
motherfucker
man.
lasted the day after tomorrow. It was that fucking long. That's
If
how that
you
match
ever
was.
if you ever thought Parker Boudreaux was the least camera friendly member of the AEW roster,
Oh my god.
it's that
Tattoo face.
other dude with the tattoos on his face. That
The
one-
man that was with 30 followers on Twitter.
Yo, we got fucking 25 now. 5 people ditched his ass. They were like,
which is
"This
funny
motherfucker."
because they went ahead and injured Keith Lee, so now Keith Lee's off TV.
Yeah.
But it does nothing but take the stink of them off of him. So when he comes back, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Oh,
Really?
shit. Swoggle?
Swoggle punching motherfuckers? Like,
You punch him in the
Swoggle
neck.
punching people in the dick? I can see that.
I mean, and he's small, bro. You probably punched him in the knees.
Yeah.
But that match was so horrible. It was so horrible. I deleted it from my mind.
Dude, I turned it on. and I was
only
like,
thing
I'd
that-
rather
really
watch a Rat
talking-
King Billy Moon match than watch that.
Ugh.
I turned when I switched over to it, I go, oh yeah, I forgot about
That
those guys.
The only
Hey,
thing I
for
want to
bringing it
talk
back
about
up.
is Sammy and Roman, goddammit. That's the only thing that's interesting right now. Oh, and fucking motherfucking Uncle Howdy jump scaring me like a fucking a-hole.
Howdy.
Like literally jump scare. I was not expecting him to do that. Just turn around so quickly. I was not. Like, I literally got jump scared. I was like, son of a bitch, got me.
You pee on yourself?
A little bit. Had to go change.
Yeah. I really
Now
watch
I'm
it
just
back
waiting to
wrestling.
see what's next for the old Uncle Howdy and the Brace Wyatts.
I literally really watch fucking Mickey James versus Bully Ray and Impact Wrestling. I really watch
that actually
match.
happening?
Shit, yeah, it's happening next week.
So
Then the shit we saw today.
yeah, speaking of which, I watched Impact last night.
I need to start watching Impact.
I would rather watch Impact than Dynamite.
Yeah.
You mean Rampage?
Should we do?
Yeah, Rampage.
Yeah, I really watch Impact and Rampage too. That's pretty fucking sad. We thought Rampage. Remember when Rampage was the 1 hour of power and it was really good?
Yeah.
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 I'd
I'd rather watch Bushwhacker Luke. Yeah, it's Bushwhacker.
They might as well just call it Dynamite Dark.
Dynamite Dark.
No, because some of the dark matches were fucking good.
No, they really are. They really are.
I've seen some great dark
And now
matches.
the AEW stands are going to come after us and go,
Hey, we say this all the time. We ain't a simp. Well, I mean,
if we say it's
me
nuts,
and Julian are a simp.
it's nuts.
Shane already proved he was a simp. It is
I'm a
Black
simp.
History Month. Yeah.
Shane
That's
is
true.
bad too.
Yeah, Shane is bad.
Wait, you're saying it's Black History Month because they let Swerve Strickland wrestle?
Oh man. Yeah.
Julian, who was your Black History Month representation for today?
For today.
Oh, Wednesday was Pork Chop Cash. Good job.
Nobody
getting
got
that wrong, Shane.
On the thing that
Day 2, Thursday was New Jack.
Mhm.
And today was the man who invented the internet, the creator of Krispy Kreme, the man who was the bodyguard for Ron Simmons that made him unfuckable with. He's the one, the only one half of Doom, Hacksaw, or the natural Butch Reed.
Shane, he's a black guy. He had blonde hair at one time. He wore big ass sunglasses.
And they call him the
Okay.
natural.
We call him the natural.
All right.
He used to wear a
That's
mask, a black
the
mask.
natural.
It was Ron Simmons. He used to beat people ass with women. as a manager. I'm telling you this, Shane, because it's probably going to be part of the WCW quiz. I'm trying to give you a leg up.
Okay, don't get mad at me for not getting anything right for the WCW because, like I said, I never watched it. I didn't know about wrestling back at the time.
You better start YouTube
in
WCW early.
So y'all can't get mad at me for that.
Shane, I'm giving you answers right. Look, let me tell you something, Shane. Just like I told Ahmad, we were chilling one night. We were chilling, minding my business. We were playing the game, and I kept giving you guys the answers. And you guys were like, "Fuck that ain't right." And I was on a 10-answer streak because you guys kept saying.
Well, you're not supposed to tell us the answer, though. That's the
Hold
whole
up,
thing.
hold up. All I want to know is who thought Pork Chop Cash's name was Sweet Stick Willie?
That's not me. That's not me. I don't even know who that is.
There was 2 questions like that. That was dude. So in round 4,
I didn't freak out one. I didn't freak out answer. That was
in round 3 and round 4. I've got a couple absurd answers. Please be able to recognize the absurd answer. I mean, they're not like completely absurd, but if you think about it.
But y'all gotta realize some people didn't watch wrestling back in the day like that.
If I'm like, what's this tag team? And one of the names is really racist, you might be like, that's probably not it.
I don't even know.
Except if it was like 80s WWE.
If it was the 80s, it probably is it. You know,
yeah.
If it was the 80s Memphis, it probably is it.
Probably, yeah, it just might be.
Man.
So Shane, all throughout the chats, man, I've been sprinkling a couple of little facts and stories here and there. So if you pay attention, man, you might learn a few things, and you might clean up later on.
That's why I think it's funny because you literally were giving them the answers. And Shane, I picked on Shane for one reason. Okay, I picked on you, Shane, because you and I we both follow Julian on Facebook. So he fucking tags us every day in the Black History Month when he chooses who he's gonna profile that day. He tags us, Shane. So for the simple fact that he used the exact same picture, I was like, if Shane don't get this.
Hey man, look, I'll tell you right now. I got a call from my uncle in last week of January. My uncle's an old wrestling fan. He used to watch it. He used to watch in Chicago.
Windy City Wrestling.
Bobro, Brazil. I mean, he used to watch Mid-Atlantic, all that. So he called me up. He was like, you're doing the Black History Month profiles again, right? I was like, yeah, man, I got you. He's like, all right, cool. So if you see John Stain liking my post, that's my uncle. And he loves it, man.
Shout out to John Stain.
He loves reading them, man. He loves reading them. He's actually one of the people that got me into wrestling when I was younger. He was one of the ones who showed me, like I said, I saw the Sheep Herders, and then also in WWF it was like, oh yeah, and I was like, those guys are kind of violent, and then they're like licking heads and being all friendly and shit. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Bobo Jr. He's cool as fuck, dude.
That is my uncle, yes, sir, Craig. Craig and I used to watch a lot of wrestling in the 80s. Spend the night at each other's house. Wake up on Saturday morning, eating cereal, watching WWF. What was
Did you guys watch the show with Gordon Solie and Joe Pedicino?
Oh no! What kind of cereal was it? What kind of cereal y'all eating?
It was not Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I mean that cereal was like.
Shane, this was back in the day when you had in the ring from Portland, Oregon, Tommy Wright.
All right.
And his opponent. Dun, 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 dun. And the Ultimate Warrior would come out, run down the aisle, slide in the ring, bounce off the ropes, shoulder tackle, gorilla press, body press, 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Remember?
Quick
run back.
In the ring, Dwayne Gill with the fucking blonde and black mohawk. Yeah.
This was back in the day with Barry Horowitz. So you talk about famous Jews in wrestling. Goldberg didn't start it off. It was Barry Horowitz.
Very horrible.
Then you have Barry.
This fucking guy. Julian, you made me sick that day.
You had the
You were a
Black
wrestling
Top
aficionado like me. You were
aka
like,
Steve Lombardi, aka the Brooklyn Brawler.
This week on the
Bobby Heenan trying to save people's careers.
This week on the Rewind, we have a great match. Hey, you guys remember Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling?
Oh yeah.
Remember Sunny the California Girl?
Yeah.
She's gonna be live on the show Monday, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh?
Yes, yeah. Shout out to Patricia.
Well, wait. What about Mount Fuji? Is she alive?
No, she passed away.
Damn it.
Last year, as a matter of fact. So, tell you a little story about Glow. When I was like 14 years old, I started training with Mondo Guerrero. And Mondo Guerrero used to train at this gym in East LA.
Okay.
It was called Gil's Garage. Literally, it was a fucking garage. I mean, this guy, like, you would literally pull up to Gil's Garage. He'll be under a fucking car, roll out from under the car, greasy as fuck, take your $5, point to the gym. Go into this little room. The room was so small, it was like an apartment room. Like, it was like like you really park your car in there. They had a little upstairs. The ring was like bolted into the ground, like concrete into the ground.
Okay.
And like I busted my bursal sac on my elbow 2 weeks into training because I hit the fucking ropes on my elbow and then right to the wall. Boom. That shows you how close the ring was to the wall.
Shit.
But training will be every Saturday at 8 a.m.
Okay.
in East LA on Whittier Boulevard.
And you took the bus from where?
San Pedro. Yeah, it was a long ass bus ride, baby. But I would get up extra early in the morning because at 7 a.m. Mondo was training the Glow Girls. So I would make sure I was there when Hollywood, when Lightning Show, Rusa, when all the Glow Girls would train. And I got to be very good friends with a lot of Glow Girls. And that's how I met Sunny the California Girl.
Nice.
And bless you. And she's going to be on the show. I was gonna do something with her earlier today, but I got home late. And she gets up early in the morning for work. But so shout out to her. She's sponsored by this amazing clothing line. You know, she's had some things going on in her life that she's has some things going on in her life that we're gonna talk about. So if you guys are interested, you guys want to be part of the event, you guys can come on earlier and talk about the fans. And you can chat with her live. She's a very open person. She loves to talk to her fans, and she's very friendly. She's a sweet love. She's a fucking amazing lady. So Monday we'll be having Patricia Summerlin, aka the California Girl, on the show.
We will be here. Shane and I'll be here for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, man. But this Saturday, tomorrow, live on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast Rewind, we have the match. The match. Leo Rush.
The match
versus Davey Richards.
Oh man.
For the CZW World Championship.
It's a real winner, Shane. A real winner.
Shane, this match was so good. I mean, if I had to pick the top 5 wrestling matches, and I'm talking about Ultimo Dragon, Dean Malenko, I'm talking about Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko. If I had to pick one of the top 5 matches in the history of professional wrestling, this would be number 3.
Shit.
It was that fucking good.
All right.
Hey, Shane, if it was in the Tokyo Dome,
5 stars.
Easy.
All right.
10, bro. I mean, if it was in the Tokyo Dome, I mean, Sean Spears would be up in there like, bro, it was that great. So tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, because you can see the best wrestling match in town. And it was sponsored by Defy Wrestling.
You know what? Sunday Center's right about that.
Sunday Center, I say nothing but a thing right there.
Yep. And we don't see it in your top 5 list. It's a bogus list. You damn.
Bro, WLC is number one. What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, WLC for entertaining matches of all time.
That
WLC
match-
is number one.
we literally did not stop laughing the whole 13 minutes
Julian-
of that match.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If you don't like that match, you watch the rewind, you will walk away loving it.
You know what?
Because that match was the kickoff of the show, and it literally killed the whole card.
Bro,
afterwards.
TLC didn't mean shit. After that match, I would have been like, I can go
The
home
rest
now.
of Extreme Rules went downhill from there.
I
Like,
can go home
literally-
now.
I'm like, damn, yo, let Hornswoggle and El Torito kick your guys' asses throughout.
Bro, that match was
throughout the
fucking
whole
fabulous.
I remember
mean-
not being interested like in the whole fucking pay-per-view when I was watching it live. Me and my friends were talking about the whole WLC match during the whole time. Because that shit was fun as fuck.
You need to have WLC too.
Oh yeah.
We need WLC
You
too.
need WLC
El
too.
Torito, Hornswoggle, please
Yo,
do it.
yo, Triple H, make the match, bro.
Come on, man. Main eventing.
Fuck that.
Dude.
Ryan Katz, make the match, bro. We need WLC. We need WLC at NXT.
Oh shit.
I said it. NXT Takeover Portland. WLC 2. We need it.
Yes. And
Yes.
then take over Portland too. WLC.
Hey, it only works with a 3MB reunion, man.
Yeah, we need a three. Fuck it. Forbidden Door.
I can just imagine y'all wouldn't see no holds barred. Rip them, brother. Rip.
What's that smell?
God, that match was so fun.
Man.
The
Oh,
commentary
yeah.
team was the best too. Yeah.
Micro
man.
Cole, Minnie the King Lawler,
Oh my gosh.
Minnie JBL.
Mini JBL, yeah. What were their names? Mini JBL. Yeah, it was.
No
They had a
holds
little
barred.
announcer table. the whole
Oh
deal.
yeah, definitely. You
Little
want screwed up
ladders.
the Oscars? Ready to Rumble, God damn it! That was the best movie ever.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a proclamation before we get off the air, and Shane's probably gonna have a fucking fit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and mute Shane right now. I've been watching a television show that Shane said fucking sucked. It is the most offensive, irresponsibly funny cartoon I've ever watched in my entire life.
What's it called?
Velma.
Ah, okay, yes. I've heard, yes.
That show is so stupid that it's funny as fuck. You gotta go watch it, ladies and gentlemen. Look, Shane hates it. The internet, everyone says, "Oh, the internet hated it." That's why they had 2.1 million views the other day. Yeah, the show's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Yes. Look, Velma is great. Thanks, Center, thank you. Yes. Okay, Shane.
All right. Did Warner Brothers paid you this?
Fuck Warner Brothers right now, okay? I am mad at Warner Brothers. I am mad what they did to DC. They shit all over DC. The best thing to come out of that whole thing was I'm getting fucking Hal Jordan and I'm getting fucking
Damian Wayne.
Jon Stewart together as the Lanterns. That's the best part of the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Only
The four
2% people
corpsmen.
like the whole show of Velma. Only
What
2%.
was that, Shane? What?
Show suck.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's not Sunday Center. It's not for kids. I don't.
it
think
is
it's
not for kids.
Neither is Harley Quinn.
Oh no.
No, it is
Oh,
not.
No. No.
Harley Quinn now, that's a great show. That is a
That
great
show
show.
is funny. This is Harley Quinn is the same kind of satire humor as Velma.
No, it ain't.
Yes,
No,
it
it ain't. It is not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Shane.
Yeah, it's definitely not a family cartoon, but it's fucking funny. I like
Man,
it.
how can
I binge watched the shit out of it last night.
disappointed in all of y'all.
I watched it at work today too. I had my homeboy at work watching. He was like, "That's the stupidest shit ever." When's the next episode?
Ha.
Yeah, we had that shit on a big ass 80-inch TV. Just watching.
Yeah, fucking, how dare they get a season 2 when
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
did not like it.
People didn't like it so much that they voted for a season 2. Damn, that's crazy.
They didn't vote for it.
They got enough eyeballs on it.
Have you seen the
no
Metascore?
viewership.
Have you seen the Metascore score for it?
Center is right. Center is right. Look at this. Warner wouldn't let AEW do a Jay Briscoe tribute, but they put a movie out with Ezra Miller. That is fucking true.
That is true. That's fucking true. Ezra
Mhm.
Miller is crazy.
I don't even give a shit about that fucking Flash movie now.
People are still gonna go watch it though because it's a
I
Flash
mean, I'm gonna
show.
watch it because of DC, but
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here on the Roundtable Pro Wrestling Podcast. It's been a very eventful evening for us. Yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna whack ourselves out.
Back off.
Wow. It's 9:12. The mod's not here moderating you, so you can say what you want to say, Shane. Shane, I don't give a fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys on Monday for more of the Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, it's better than this SmackDown was. Until then, peace.